dear friend John Puffy Combs is here.
Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever. And the reason why you gotta talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my coat up.
If you thought Kanye West had already revealed all there was to know about his interactions with the Kardashian-Jenner family, think again, because it seems he's just getting started. In a bold new accusation, Kanye is reportedly calling out Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kris Jenner for allegedly trying to silence the victims of his former friend Diddy. These claims are a shocking twist in the ongoing saga of West's contentious relationship with the famous family, and it has many wondering just how deep the drama goes. According to sources close to the rapper, Kanye is alleging that the Kardashian-Jenner women, in an effort to protect their own brand and alliances, may have intervened behind the scenes to prevent certain individuals from speaking out against Diddy. This accusation paints a complex picture of celebrity power dynamics, with Kanye suggesting that the Kardashians' ties to major figures in the industry may have influenced how matters involving Diddy's alleged misconduct were handled. The claim has sparked outrage and disbelief among fans and insiders alike, as it adds another layer to the already intense scrutiny of both Kanye's public persona and the Kardashian-Jenner family's own legacy. Given Kanye's outspoken nature and history of controversial statements, it's hard to predict how these latest accusations will unfold. But one thing is clear: if this new drama continues to gain traction, it could lead to even more explosive revelations about Hollywood's elite and the hidden forces that shape their careers. With Kanye continuing to air his grievances on social media and through interviews, it remains to be seen how Kim, Khloe, and Kris will respond to these bombshell claims, and whether the public will believe the allegations or dismiss them as just another round of attention-seeking behavior. Whatever happens next, it's clear that the saga of Kanye and the Kardashian-Jenner clan is far from over.
Around $50 million. Now I'm going to different CFOs like, okay, so would this be tax evade?
Kanye West has been vocal about his issues with the Kardashian-Jenner family for years, so at first glance, you might think this latest round of accusations is just another one of his typical rants. But here's where things take a sharp turn. It's being reported that Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner might be deeply involved in some shady dealings related to Diddy and his inner circle. The kicker: right when the news broke about federal agents raiding Diddy's properties, Kim Kardashian swiftly unfollowed him across all her social media platforms. Coincidence? Some are starting to think not, given how aggressively Kim and Kris have distanced themselves from Diddy in recent months. There's growing speculation that they might be working behind the scenes to silence Diddy's alleged victims and ensure his case gets dismissed before it spirals further. The longer this Diddy drama drags on, the messier it becomes, pulling in more and more high-profile figures. Celebrities are getting implicated in Diddy's questionable behavior, some accused of partying with him, while others, like Kim and Kris, are facing accusations of potentially covering for him. Back in the day, when it was fashionable to be seen with Diddy, the Kardashians seemed more than eager to tie themselves to his brand. Whether it was a business move or simply riding the coattails of his fame, they were regularly spotted in his orbit, aligning themselves with his entourage at every turn. But as soon as Diddy found himself in hot water, the Kardashians went into full damage control mode. They've taken extraordinary steps to scrub any trace of their previous connections to him from the internet, erasing any mention of their past associations with the hip-hop mogul. With such a swift and strategic distancing, many are starting to question if Kim and Kris are trying to cover up more than just a public friendship. They may be involved in more serious efforts to protect Diddy and sweep any lingering allegations under the rug. As the situation continues to unfold, people are left wondering if the Kardashian-Jenner family's apparent attempts to distance themselves from Diddy are motivated by more than just PR concerns. Could they really be trying to bury the truth about his alleged actions? Or is this all just an elaborate attempt to salvage their own reputations in the face of mounting public scrutiny? Whatever the case may be, it's clear that this scandal is far from over, and the ties between the Kardashians, Diddy, and the ongoing controversy are more complicated than anyone could have imagined.
Who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
So far,
French
so good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
Back in the day, the Kardashians were absolutely thrilled to be seen hanging out with Diddy. Whether it was for the clout or just the sheer fun of being associated with the hip-hop mogul, they were front and center in his orbit. But as soon as lawsuits and scandals started stacking up around Diddy, the Kardashian-Jenner clan pulled a full 180 on their friendship with him. Kim, being the trendsetter she is, was the first to cut ties, unfollowing Diddy on all her social media accounts with a kind of speed that screamed damage control. The rest of the Kardashian-Jenner squad quickly followed suit, wiping their feeds clean of any posts, pictures, or mentions that could tie them to the rapper. But it didn't stop there. Oh no, that would have been too subtle. Allegedly, the Kardashians launched a behind-the-scenes media blitz to make it clear to the world that they were fully separating themselves from Diddy and his mounting scandal. They were so terrified of being dragged into the mess that a source reportedly spilled the tea to In Touch Weekly revealing how the Kardashians were in full-blown panic mode. According to this insider, Kris Jenner was scrambling frantically, like a mom at a PTA meeting, to erase every last trace of their ties to Diddy. The In Touch Weekly article where this insider shared the scoop has since mysteriously vanished, likely part of the Kardashians' PR efforts to maintain their untouchable image. But in a twist of irony, their efforts only seem to have backfired. Rather than silencing the rumors, their actions spark even more suspicion, leaving people wondering what, exactly, they were trying to hide. Recently, the Kardashians found themselves in hot water again after an old post from 2013 resurfaced showing Khloe Kardashian with Diddy. The post, which was a birthday shout-out to Diddy, included a caption that read, "Happy birthday. You're an incredible friend to my family, a constant motivation, and you share my obsession with unicorns. Much love and many blessings." The post raised eyebrows, especially since Khloe seemed to have had a closer relationship with Diddy than her sisters. According to reports, Khloe had been hanging around Diddy from a young age, sometimes unsupervised. In fact, rumors have circulated that Kris Jenner even allowed 16-year-old Khloe to tour with Diddy, despite allegations that she was drinking underage while on the road. Fast forward to 2019, and Khloe posted another nod to Diddy's infamous party lifestyle on Instagram, quoting the iconic line, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." With these resurfaced posts and the ongoing speculation about the Kardashians' ties to Diddy, it's clear that their attempts to distance themselves from him are only adding fuel to the fire, making people wonder if there's more to this story than they're letting on.
Why would a 16-year-old Khloe Kardashian go on tour with P. Diddy?
I definitely was drinking at 16. I did not start drinking till later.
To really understand the complexity of the Kardashians' past connections to Diddy, we need to take a step back to a time when they were far from the global brand we know today. This was long before Keeping Up with the Kardashians made the family household names, back when they were still riding the wave of Robert Kardashian's fame from the O.J. Simpson trial. At that time, Khloe wasn't yet a reality star or a fixture in the entertainment industry. So when it came to light that a 16-year-old Khloe Kardashian was touring with Diddy, questions quickly began to arise. What exactly was her role on that tour? Was she a backup dancer, a stylist, or an assistant? No one could quite figure it out, especially considering there was no evidence to suggest she was even on Diddy's payroll. It seemed like Khloe was there simply for the vibes, leading many to wonder what was really going on behind the scenes. The situation became even murkier when Khloe later admitted that she was drinking at just 16 years old while on tour, raising even more concerns about what she was exposed to during those years. But what makes this connection between Khloe and Diddy even more intriguing is the fact that it appears their relationship started well before she was 16. Old episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians hint that Khloe had been attending Diddy's infamous wild parties for years, long before she was old enough to legally drink or even be involved in the adult party scene. In one memorable clip that's been making the rounds online, Khloe spills the tea on the extravagant, over-the-top bashes she attended, where she witnessed the kind of wild, high-octane lifestyle that most teenagers could only dream of or perhaps should be kept far away from. These glimpses into Khloe's early connection to Diddy raise even more questions about the nature of their relationship and the family's involvement in his world long before they became major players in the entertainment industry. As more details come to light, the situation only deepens, leaving fans to wonder just how far back the Kardashians' ties to Diddy really go, and what they might be trying to cover up today.
You didn't go to bed.
I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Khloe when I grow up, of course.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Oh, this party? I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved.
Khloe Kardashian didn't hold back when she spilled the tea about Diddy's legendary parties, especially during a conversation with her sister Kourtney. She painted a wild picture of the extravagant bashes, revealing that many of the guests were running around in their birthday suits, confirming that Diddy's parties were every bit as outrageous as rumors had suggested. Khloe even confessed to Kourtney that she would have loved the vibe, clearly fueling some FOMO. When Kourtney pressed her for more juicy details, Khloe was more than happy to oblige, casually name-dropping celebrities she partied with, including a 20-year-old Justin Bieber. She listed off the usual crowd: Diddy, his son Quincy, Bieber, French Montana, and noted that by 5:30 a.m., the party was still going strong. With a laugh, Khloe added that half the guests were naked, leaving little to the imagination about the wild nature of these gatherings. The mention of Justin Bieber raised eyebrows, especially considering the rumors surrounding his close relationship with Diddy during that time. Kourtney seemed intrigued, but Khloe's vivid recounting didn't stop there. This glimpse into the Kardashian-Diddy connection sheds light on just how deeply the family was embedded in that glamorous, chaotic party scene. Interestingly, Khloe's relationship with Diddy might have been the most innocent compared to the rest of the Kardashian clan. For instance, Kim Kardashian's early appearances at Diddy's parties date back to her days as Paris Hilton's stylist. By 2008, Kim was regularly photographed with Diddy at high-profile events, and soon enough, the entire Kardashian family became mainstays at these exclusive gatherings. In fact, in 2009, Khloe was spotted at one of Diddy's infamous white parties at his Beverly Hills mansion. The following year, in 2010, Kim and Kourtney joined Diddy once again, this time at Andrew Harrell's birthday party. These appearances became a staple for the Kardashians, who quickly realized how crucial it was for their social standing to be seen with the entertainment mogul. Given how meticulously calculated their public lives are, it was clear that their presence at Diddy's events wasn't random. It was planned. And speaking of planning, we can't forget about the mastermind behind the Kardashian brand, Kris Jenner. Kris has been close to Diddy for years, and she was careful to place her daughters in the same circles as him. During her time hosting the Kris Jenner Show she invited Diddy as a guest, and the two exchanged some flirtatious banter. Diddy even jokingly confessed that he had a crush on Kris for years. At first, many thought it was just lighthearted, friendly banter. But as Diddy's legal issues started to surface, the public began to view their relationship with more scrutiny. In 2012, Kris posted a picture of herself with Diddy, looking cozy and relaxed, which only fueled the growing speculation about their relationship. It became clear that the Kardashian-Jenner clan's ties to Diddy were far more than just a fleeting connection. They were a calculated part of the family's rise to fame.
Why do you care to go to this? Because I was invited and I think it would be fun. Why do you even act your own age? This rap crew, like Rick Ross, Diddy. Do you think this is your crowd? I know a thing or two about rap music. Who is the boss?
As we all know, Kris Jenner has been the driving force behind shaping the Kardashian brand, masterminding some of their most viral moments. Among those infamous moments, one stands out above the rest: the scandal surrounding Kim Kardashian's adult tape with Ray J. While the public was led to believe it was an accidental leak, rumors quickly began swirling that it was, in fact, a carefully orchestrated move. Allegedly, Kris Jenner was the mastermind behind it all. Sources close to the family claim that Kris didn't just stand by as a passive observer. She actively selected Ray J to be involved, and even had them sign a contract to make it official. If that wasn't jaw-dropping enough, it's been suggested that Kris took it a step further by ensuring multiple versions of the tape were filmed and then picking the one with the best angles for Kim. Can you even imagine being in a position where you're choosing which of your daughter's most intimate moments should be shared with the world? But according to insiders, Kris didn't handle all of this alone. She allegedly had help from none other than her longtime friend Diddy. Sources suggest that Diddy played a key role, advising Kris on which parts of the tape were the most flattering for Kim and helping her fine-tune the details of the contract. This connection between Kris and Diddy appears to go far beyond mere business collaboration, hinting at a much deeper, more intimate relationship between them. When you look at the broader context of Kanye West's infamous rants over the years, where he's repeatedly accused the Kardashian family of shady dealings and questionable practices. At the time, many shrugged off his claims as simply him being problematic or seeking attention. But in hindsight, some of Kanye's comments are starting to make a lot more sense. His accusations, which once seemed like outbursts, now appear to have been rooted in something more substantial. If Kris Jenner was indeed orchestrating these kinds of moves with Diddy's help, it paints a picture of a much more calculated and perhaps morally ambiguous operation behind the scenes of the Kardashian empire. This deeper connection between Kris and Diddy raises a lot of questions about how intertwined the Kardashian-Jenner family's rise to fame really was with the world of entertainment moguls and power players. While the public may have viewed Kim's tape as a scandalous mishap, it seems increasingly likely that it was all part of a larger strategy to catapult the Kardashian name into the spotlight. And if Kris and Diddy were involved in making sure Kim's story was told in just the right way, it speaks volumes about the kind of calculated image-making that helped define their brand. Now, with everything that's come to light, Kanye's past accusations may not seem so far-fetched after all.
Control, you get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce. But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
Kanye West has frequently expressed his frustrations with the dynamics of his relationship with the Kardashians, particularly when it comes to family interactions. One of his most notable grievances involved a Christmas gathering, where he felt his side of the family was pushed aside despite efforts to bring in support. He was hurt when it was decided that there wasn't enough space at Kourtney Kardashian's house for his family to spend the morning together. Kanye's disappointment grew as he observed that, in his view, there was no prominent male figure with authority within the Kardashian family. This sentiment, he said, contributed to the tensions he experienced during these gatherings. Recently, however, Kanye's concerns have seemed more plausible to some as new connections between Diddy and the Kardashian family have come to light. These associations have fueled speculation, making Kanye's past rants appear more believable to some observers. Adding further intrigue to the situation are rumors suggesting that Kris Jenner's boyfriend, Corey Gamble, has past ties to Diddy. Allegedly, Gamble may have even been involved in activities surrounding Kim Kardashian's death, with some people speculating that he may have helped to clean up the aftermath. This has led to even more sensational claims, such as the theory that Diddy might have employed Gamble to remove any evidence linking him to Kim's tragic passing. Adding to the mystery, photos of Kim's house from the day of her death recently resurfaced online, stirring further speculation. Some suggest that Corey Gamble might have been at Kim's house before the authorities even arrived, further fueling the narrative of his possible involvement. These resurfaced images have reignited the controversy, leaving many wondering about the true extent of the ties between these high-profile figures and the events surrounding Kim Kardashian's death.
How am I just knowing right now that not only was Corey Gamble extremely close to Kim Porter and Diddy, he was there. He was there when the coroners arrived to Kim Porter's house.
It might not be entirely unreasonable to entertain the possibility that Corey Gamble could have been involved in some of the controversies surrounding high-profile celebrity scandals, especially when considering his past connections with well-known figures and his own contentious actions. His ties to the Kardashian-Jenner family, particularly his relationship with Kris Jenner, have long been a subject of public curiosity. However, Kanye West accusations of Corey being complicit in efforts to harm him through collaborations with the Kardashians lend some credibility to the notion that Corey could be linked to these kinds of behind-the-scenes activities. Kanye took to Twitter, where he pointedly accused Corey of conspiring with the Kardashians to hurt him. In a post that read, "God has a plan to remove the godless Corey." While Kanye expressed that he thought Corey was a nice person, he also noted that he didn't consider him a great one, implying a more complex and potentially troubling side to Corey's character. This was further compounded by the fact that Corey's social circle has involved influential figures in the entertainment world. Before his association with Kris Jenner, Corey had been seen around Diddy Combs' family, then later moved on to working closely with Justin Bieber, and eventually became entrenched in the lives of the Kardashians, especially after Kris's divorce. These movements between various high-profile figures have caused some to speculate on his role in shaping celebrity dynamics behind the scenes. Additionally, Corey Gamble sparked considerable controversy after he made some highly controversial comments on parenting, particularly regarding the use of physical discipline. One of the most talked about incidents occurred when Corey made a statement regarding the discipline of Penelope Disick, the daughter of Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick. During a candid exchange, Corey expressed that if Penelope were to scratch him, he would not hesitate to administer a spanking. His blunt approach to disciplining children, particularly in such a public manner, caused a firestorm of criticism on social media, as many saw his views as outdated and harsh. This incident added to the growing scrutiny surrounding his actions and statements, further complicating his public persona. These controversies, both personal and professional, suggest that Corey Gamble's presence in the lives of prominent celebrities has been a double-edged sword. While his relationships have afforded him access to a level of fame and influence, they've also exposed him to intense scrutiny and criticism. Whether or not his past associations and actions make him a more pivotal figure in the scandals surrounding celebrities remains a topic of debate. But there's no denying that his involvement with high-profile personalities has made him a figure of interest in the celebrity world.
I'm sorry, but if he scratched me for no reason, I'm whipping her ass, and I'll explain to y'all later.
What?
I would whip her ass.
You would whoop Penelope's ass if she scratched you?
I would give her a spanking for sure.
My daughter? What are you talking about?
Scratch me
You
in my
would whoop my
face.
daughter's ass if she touched you?
No, scratch me.
Corey
my
Gamble's
daughter's
bold
ass.
statement about disciplining Penelope Disick set off a storm of reactions. While some people defended him, arguing that Kourtney and Scott's children might present challenges, others were quick to criticize him. Scott Disick himself was among the first to speak out, making it clear that no matter how Penelope behaved, Corey had overstepped by suggesting that he had the authority to discipline someone else's child. Scott's response underscored the deep discomfort many felt about Corey's audacious behavior, as it seemed like he was positioning himself as an authority figure within the family dynamic of Kourtney and Scott, despite not being a direct part of it. The situation with Corey is almost as jaw-dropping as the public spectacle surrounding Harley Pasternak's threat to have Kanye West institutionalized, both of which highlight troubling power dynamics. But Corey's behavior wasn't just limited to that one incident. There have also been whispers among fans about Corey's alleged obsession with Kylie Jenner. Multiple reports have claimed that he gave her lingering glances on several occasions, fueling speculation about his intentions and behavior within the Kardashian-Jenner family. However, Kanye West had already caught on to Corey's questionable demeanor long before these controversies surfaced. Back in 2019, Kanye publicly called out Corey, expressing his unease with the way Corey conducted himself. Kanye didn't hold back, texting Corey something blunt and direct, voicing his discomfort with Corey's actions and the way he had handled family matters. This earlier incident reflects Kanye's ongoing concern with Corey's presence in the Kardashian-Jenner circle, especially when it came to his seeming reluctance to introduce his own family to the high-profile clan. Kanye's sharp words in 2019, combined with his ongoing scrutiny of Corey's role, demonstrate just how deep the tensions went within the celebrity world at the time.
Kanye texts Corey something really rude.
Kanye was like, I think it's weird, like we've never met his family.
That's weird.
I mean, of course, we've all felt that way.
There's another suspicious connection involving Diddy, the Kardashians, and a woman named Lou Taylor, which raises serious questions about their business practices. Lou, the owner of a Hollywood talent management company, has established close ties with both Diddy and Kris Jenner. Allegedly, Lou and her husband have been involved in dubious business dealings, even going so far as to fabricate mental illnesses for certain celebrities. The purpose of this was to get these stars medicated and declared unfit to manage their own finances, thereby allowing Lou to gain control over their wealth by convincing courts and financial institutions to appoint her as their conservator, all while continuing to manage their careers. This wasn't just a baseless rumor. In fact, this is exactly what transpired with Britney Spears, who was placed under a conservatorship for more than a decade. During that time, her finances and personal decisions were under the control of others, and reports suggest the Kardashians may have played a role in this scheme, allegedly making as much as $600 million from Britney's money while capitalizing on her situation. Now, it seems that Kanye West might have been targeted in a similar plot. Rumors suggest that Lou and the Kardashians, who were reportedly involved in Britney's conservatorship, might have had their eyes set on Kanye's fortune. The theory is that they attempted to make Kanye appear mentally unstable in order to place him under a conservatorship, effectively seizing control of his money and his career, just as they had with Britney. This disturbing pattern of behavior hints at a much darker side to the entertainment industry's power players and their ability to manipulate high-profile individuals for financial gain.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, oh, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Back in 2020, Kanye West launched a massive online rant, accusing Kim Kardashian and her family of trying to have him institutionalized and take his children away from him. He claimed that Kim was attempting to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to lock him up, like in the movie Get Out*, just because he had expressed his concerns about wanting to save his daughter's life. Initially, Kanye's team downplayed his allegations, suggesting he was simply experiencing an episode due to not taking his bipolar medication. However, as the drama unfolded, even more serious claims began to surface. Kanye's former chief of staff, Milo Yiannopoulos, filed a court affidavit that revealed shocking details about what was allegedly going on behind the scenes. According to Milo, Kanye's dentist, Dr. Thomas Connolly, was working with Kim and Kris Jenner to get Kanye addicted to nitrous oxide, or laughing gas. Kanye had no need for the substance, but the plan was for him to become dependent on it in order to diminish his mental faculties, thus making him easier to control and manipulate for financial gain. Milo didn't stop there. He went public with these allegations in a detailed Twitter thread. He claimed that there was a reason Kanye, formerly known as Ye, had become unable to release music or clothing successfully, and it had everything to do with his dentist, Connolly. Milo accused Connolly of deliberately getting Kanye hooked on nitrous oxide to weaken him mentally so Connolly and his associates could extract millions of dollars from him. According to Milo, Kanye eventually realized the manipulation and cut ties with Connolly, but not before Milo had to intervene and confront the situation. Milo went further, calling Connolly a dangerous predator who targets African-American celebrities, insinuating that Connolly had exploited other stars, like rapper Lil Yachty. What made this even worse was the revelation that Kim and Kris Jenner were allegedly close with Connolly, benefiting from the arrangement. It appeared they weren't just involved in Kanye's finances. They might have been actively orchestrating the entire scheme. Kanye later spoke out about how the medication he was prescribed destroyed his confidence and made him feel like a shell of his former self. He recalled how, when he made his infamous "slavery is a choice" statement on *TMZ*, he had been medicated at the time. Kanye believed that the medication wasn't just intended to manage his bipolar disorder, but was part of a larger effort to silence him, dull his creativity, and ultimately control his mind and ideas, along with his fortune. But the shady dealings didn't stop with his personal struggles. If you're wondering where all the illicit money could have been hidden, there's an even messier layer to the story. It turns out that Kris Jenner allegedly has a church called the California Community Church, which reportedly attracts some of the biggest names in Hollywood, including figures like Lou Taylor and Thomas Connolly. However, rumors suggest that this church isn't just a place of worship. It might also be a front for money laundering. The Kardashian-Jenner family and their affiliates are said to use it to funnel funds that they want to keep hidden from the government. As if that weren't wild enough, word on the street is that Diddy, too, has been a patron of this very church. He is rumored to have donated large sums of money, but not just for the church's development. A significant portion of these donations allegedly went toward paying off victims, silencing them, or even funding Diddy's enforcers, who would threaten anyone who refused the hush money. This murky web of connections and shady business dealings paints a disturbing picture of the lengths some individuals in Hollywood might go to in order to protect their wealth and power.
Hillsong Church Home. Are they the same church? I thought that he left Hillsong to do Church Home, or did Church Home or Hillsong just rebrand as another cult? Church Home. Apparently they're paying off Diddy victims from that slash fund. Bieber might be funding that for them right now. That's so interesting.
Some might dismiss all of this as nothing more than wild conspiracy theories. But could there be a shred of truth hidden within? Or is Kanye simply spiraling again, as many have suggested, due to not taking his medication? It's a tough question, and the line between his public outbursts and genuine concerns often gets blurred. So, what do you think? Is Kanye onto something here? Or is this just another dramatic episode in the ongoing Kardashian saga? Does his story shed light on something much darker and more sinister? Or are we just witnessing another chapter of the celebrity chaos we've come to expect? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to hear what you all think about this situation. And don't forget to stick around for more juicy updates like this one, as we continue to unravel a complex web of Hollywood drama.